lasagna in the Instapot. We're using a spring-form pan and it's going to hold a shape like this. Come on in and take a closer look. It's a beautiful casserole style lasagna. The pieces come out just beautiful. You put it in the oven at the very end to brown the cheese, but otherwise the cooking is done in the Instapot. So come along with me and let's get cooking.
Let's take a look at the ingredients needed for this recipe. You'll need a 7-inch springform pan and your Instapot, of course. About 6 to 8 oven-ready or no-boil lasagna noodles. Half a pound of meat, whether it be ground beef or ground pork. I like to use a combination of both. About 3 cups of your favorite prepared tomato sauce. 1 onion that we're going to chop up. You're going to need about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and about a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. 1 egg, a 15 or 16 ounce container of ricotta cheese, 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese, and about 1/3 of a cup of shredded parmesan. If you have fresh, it'd be even better. Let's start preparing our ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and dice up my 1 medium-sized onion. Then I'm going to start preparing my ingredients in the Instapot. I have it on saute. I put in my 2 types of meat, my onions, put in my 2 teaspoons of garlic, some of my Italian seasoning, and I browned the meat. I wanted to point out here, I'm making a double batch. I'm giving you the ingredients for a single batch, but it might look like a little bit more in my Instapot than yours because I'm doubling it up to make 2 lasagna pies. I'm gonna put in my sauce, 3 cups. Simmer it all together. Now we're going to take our 15 to 16 ounces of ricotta. Again, I'm doubling my recipe here, so that's why it looks like I have a lot more. And you're going to put in your 1 egg. Because I'm doubling it, I'm actually putting in 2 eggs, but you only need 1 for a single recipe. I'm going to start mixing this to blend it in together. Once it starts combining, I'm going to add in my half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and about a teaspoon of kosher salt. And just keep mixing till it's well blended. Then I'm going to put it aside. I need to remove my sauce and put it into another dish. I'm going to be cleaning out my Instapot so I can bake my lasagna in the Instapot after I've assembled it. Now comes the fun part. We're going to go ahead and get the lasagna ready to put in the Instapot. So first I'm going to take some heavy duty foil, wrap it around the base of my springform pan. This is going to prevent any water from getting into the bottom of the pan, also any leakage coming out of the pan. I'm going to take a little bit of sauce, put it at the bottom, break up my noodles so they cover the whole surface area. Now I'm going to put in a layer of sauce. And you want to sort of pack it down as best as you can. Then I'm going to put in the ricotta, about half of it. Again, I look like I have a lot here because I'm making a double batch. I'm doing 2 pans at once. So now I'm just going to spread it out evenly to cover the whole area so everybody gets ricotta in every bite. Then I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit of mozzarella. And then it's time to repeat the layers again. So a layer of noodles, a layer of sauce, some ricotta, and then parmesan. Now the last step that we have to do before we put it in the Instapot is just to cover it tightly with some foil. To prepare the Instapot, We go ahead and put in our trivet, put in 2 cups of water, place our springform pan right on the trivet, close up our lid, make sure the valve is set to sealing, and go ahead and set it to high pressure for 24 minutes. After the 24 minutes of cook time has elapsed and a 10-minute natural pressure release, we do a quick release and remove our lid. As you can see, there was some moisture in the pan, so I'm gently removing the water from the top of my lasagna. I use some pot holders to remove it, the trivet and the pan at the same time from the Instapot. Now I carefully take off the foil, ensuring the cheese is not sticking to it. And let me show you what it looks like when it first comes out. If you like the way it looks like that and you don't want to brown the cheese, you can eat it just as so. But we like our cheese melty and bubbly, so I sprinkled the 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese on top of my lasagna. As you can see, some liquid has seeped out of the pan, and so I moved it over to another baking rack. I'm sticking it into the oven at 425 for about 7 to 9 minutes. I let it sit for about 10 minutes, take a knife, scrape the edges to ensure it's not sticking to the sides before I decide to open up the springform pan. And it feels like it's nice and loose. Check it one more time after it's cooled a few more minutes. And now it's time to remove the pan. And voila, there you have it. Lasagna in the Instapot. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give my video a thumbs up and comment down below. If you would like to see more of my videos, please subscribe and turn on your notification bell to be informed when my next video is available. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.